Hey guys, Justin here. I am in Dawesville right now after getting attacked by flies for the last 1 hour or so. Here we are on Old Coast Road. It's actually technically the normal southernmost stop, kind of, which is this route that goes to the southernmost stop of the whole Transperth network, Route 594. So here we are, you can see, one to Mandurah Station and one's to Dawesville East, which is kind of lame, but does they actually say goes to Bouvard? No, it doesn't say goes to Bouvard, but yes, there is an extension that goes to Bouvard, which we're going to be taking at the end of the video, because this is actually filmed after I finished that Bouvard trip. I literally I've walked it for 45 minutes from Bouvard back up here, attacked by flies the whole way, so I'm done with that crap. And we're gonna take a trip. There are NH running on the 594. One just passed by and it went down to Bouvard. Here's the clip. NH down to Bouvard. There it goes, 594. Nice, NH down to the southernmost top of the whole Transperth network. There that goes. So it's very likely that he's gonna do a 594, because after he comes back up, he either just goes 000 back to the depot, or he's gonna do a trip. Which for sure, if he do a trip, for sure it's gonna be the 594. There are no other routes here. So that's why, let's see whether we're gonna get NH. According to the caption, Southernmost reached. So that's right, we're going to take this trip normally from Dawesville East here. This is the normal terminus, back up to Mandurah Station. After that, I'm going to give you the clip that I filmed for the deviation, which is the extension down to Bouvard. That one's actually also cool too, because I filmed it with a school service. So that's why it is an Arctic bus that actually did that service down to Bouvard, like a 20-something meter bus parked on the side of the road in Bouvard. That's so funny. Now let's see what it's gonna be the NH actually doing service. That would be crazy if it is. Let's wait for a bus. Now it's actually 4:20. Our bus departs at 4:30. So let's see what it is gonna be. Might be the NH. It's really for real. It's gonna be that NH, I think, because NH are getting ready for the Armadale line shutdown. They're back out. 1501 just passed by. That is the oldest, one of the oldest NH. So that's why, let's see whether I can take it today. I've already taken 1188 earlier on the 574. I already took that one. Let's see whether I can take another NH for the day. That would be crazy. Let's wait for our bus now. Oh well, it's not going to be NH, because I saw another bus that actually comes to Dawesville terminating. 2656 just came around. So yeah, there he is, coming back now. So yep, unfortunate, no NH, because he went down to 423 at Bouvard terminating, and then he should come back up for sure within 10 minutes, so that's why it's not going to be him. Unfortunate. He was already having the desto on Mandurah Station. Let's get on board. 2656. I actually talked way too much and actually didn't show you guys these, but you can see a lot of letters on there. And they even have a letter that says to Dawesville East. What the hell? This is the terminus that actually needs to be stopped twice for the inbound trip, for the outbound trip. And then there's a freaking thing on there that says to Dawesville East. Like, what? Who the hell would take here and loop around and go back to the same spot? Like, what? Alright, departure time. This is actually a very fun route. I took earlier on the deviating trip down to Bouvard. Although it loops 2 schools, those schools are absolutely miserable, especially one of them. Literally traffic jam, stuck in there for 15 minutes. But the whole path is very fun, because it's actually very high speed, and also including this stupid loop here. Yeah, I know I'm filming at the back for this one, but the deviation is actually filmed at the front for the extension. So that will be at the end after I get back to Mandurah Station. So I filmed this loop at the front for the deviating trip, so that's why it's not that. So you can actually see it, which is actually a very, very awkward loop. Get back to Mandurah now, finally. Oh, it's quite tiring actually, that walk. I do need some water after killing flies and fighting flies for the whole hour. So that's why this guy literally just did the loop for the outbound trip and then terminated, and then he's now doing this same loop again to go back out. But instead of turning down to the terminus, he just goes right back up. So that's why the only way to actually do this loop, that actually for real do a whole loop, is actually do the Bouvard service. Then you're not going to get weirded out. Okay, then it's not gonna be weird. More flies here. Jesus, I'm gonna smack them when they comes in. So that's fine. That's the only way to not be weird when you do the whole loop of this ending part, is to do the Bouvard service, because then you just continue after the second time hitting this terminus, and then continues way to Bouvard, which I did of course in the extension clip, so you can check that out at the end of the video. This is actually quite a long route. It probably is going to take around 40 minutes to get out. And considering actually earlier on, due to some traffic jams and a lot of school deviations, the trip that went to Bouvard for me is actually 1 hour and 10 minutes. But exclude the extension and exclude the school, is probably around 40 to 45. Is the sun murderous for you guys, or is it just me? If it's just me, it's fine. Looks like it's just me, so it's fine. Yeah, it looks like it's just me, so it's fine. And we're done with the loop now. You can see there's a sign right there. Bus turns left, 594 to Mandurah turns right. Oh, okay. That guy needs to die, that fly. He's at the front seat. That's fine. If he flies over here, I'm smacking him. Didn't get him though. Did I get him? I don't think I got him. I think he's still flying around. Hopefully it doesn't fucking annoy me, that's all. Oh man, that's a lot of crap on here. Hang on, let's just get rid of them. I will wash my hands later on. When there's a red light. There are no red lights inside Dawesville, so that's why I just get back up to Old Coast Road. Oh, there's another bus, I didn't see what it is, damn it. Now for sure, no more NH. The NH already went down to Bouvard and probably went back to the depot, so. No one on the bus, literally zero. Because probably no one needs to take an inbound trip right now, so. This driver doesn't seem that bad, but apparently I want to say is 2656 Rockingham. Yeah, Rockingham is running this thing as well, which is so far away. So earlier on for my Bouvard Arctic bus, yeah, I just got to spoil it. There's actually an Arctic bus went down because of a school service. Actually, I already said it there in the intro. So that is 3091. You will see it again at the end of the video for that clip. But 3091 for my Bouvard service, and is a Rockingham bus. So that's fine. Literally Rockingham is running all of these routes down here as well. But Mandurah is maximum going up to Rockingham, while Rockingham comes down to Mandurah as well. While Rockingham can also go up to Fremantle. For the two routes. Okay, let's see whether anyone's gonna get on, but it's actually a very, very long route passing through literally everything. But it's a very straightforward path, literally following Old Coast Road all the way through. This is basically Old Coast Road as well, but we haven't gone back out to the main part of Dawesville yet. We're just at Dawesville East. This is still Dawesville East. I don't really actually know the Desto that much, but went down to Bouvard. That's a nice adventure, but at the same time also not fun, because I literally fought flies the whole way through. I walked it the whole way along the coast, which is actually very, very pretty. I really like that path. But it's just when I want to do it again, I definitely need to do it in winter time, because winter time no flies. Winter time is actually very, very good to actually go and do some good stuff. Yes, down there is actually Ocean something primary school, which is actually awkward deviation that goes down there. That's where we actually got jammed there earlier on. For a whole 15 minutes because of the traffic jam. With all of the cars and also random school buses also going in there. Yes, I was just gonna get out my damn. I want to actually clean my hands, but I can't, isn't it? There are no red lights anytime soon though, jeez. You see, this path is actually, I want to say actually that I'm not going to spoil anything. Just watch it at the end for the Bouvard extension. So remember to turn on the subtitles for this video, because for the Bouvard extension I didn't talk, literally I didn't talk. So that's why I will write down the road names in the description, so that's why then you can follow along. So, fun day today. I originally want to do the 6:04 in the morning, but if I want to do the 6:04 I need to wake up at 5:30, which I want more sleep, so I didn't do it. I went in Bruce and Bodiver's routes, and we went back to Wannanup already. That's so fast. Made it back to Wannanup. This is crossing Wannanup. There's Wannanup right inside with the 592 terminus that I did last year. I really need some water. I can get water though. So there's the 592 terminus, literally right there. You see that pole? Right there, right behind. I don't think any. I don't know whether there are any more 592, but 592 is also such a terrible route. Literally loops everywhere. Okay, we got my water bottle out. That's good. We can go and drink some. Oh, I dropped my sunglasses. Ah, nice. Anyone? I think someone's boarding. Yep, someone's boarding. Okay. Just went ahead and washed my hands with my gels. School bus with the gels, which is good. Yeah, I didn't film at the front because Mark actually filmed the normal trip for the other direction at the front. Yes, at the front seat, he filmed that one. At the front seat, the other direction, down to Dawesville. 593, 3360, down to Dawesville. But that one goes to Dawesville Ocean Parade, which is actually on that side of the map. We're not, which is actually kind of like Dawesville West. But for us, it's Dawesville East, which is way far down, so. But I decided to do the other direction, which is okay because I would do the extension, then I just walk back up and do it. And go ahead and just film in the back for another angle. Anyone boarding? Yeah, literally it's just no turns from now on, all the way until like Dudley Park. Not in Adelaide. Okay, I'm gonna cut again just to actually get my sunglasses. Okay, got my sunglasses, perfect. I still have a lot of things literally on the seat. I need to put them back inside, which is actually going to be bad. So I'll start putting them back inside now. Because I don't want to actually waste time at the end with the driver. It's going to be annoying. Fortunately, I didn't get that NH, which is actually really sad, but that's okay. 1501 is literally the oldest NH, one of the oldest ones. Now earlier on when I took 1188, there were already a lot of malfunctioning on that bus. Literally a lot of things are malfunctioning on that 1188. Back door doesn't work. Literally for that 1188, the back door doesn't work. The processor is kind of not working that well, that great. It's just like the 1912 processors from before. Not really working that great. It's working fine for some of the cars, but some of the cars need to tag like 2 to 3 times for it to work. And also the back door doesn't work. The front door is kind of not working as well. Like the driver one time clicked like 3 times before the front door actually opens. While the back door, it was working fine when I boarded at Wannanup, and then until like Port Kennedy, someone wanted to get off at the back, and then the driver pressed like 5 times and it didn't work, so that's why. Then they just gave up, so that's why I just get off at the front. And also, what's the front seat? One of the front seats bell also doesn't work, so I don't know whether they're gonna actually for real use these things. I mean, they have to use them because they run not enough buses, but Jesus, they're not gonna fix them, huh? Like, including some NH that they're gonna use doesn't actually even have the processors. They are like, those processors are already like taken out from the NH and put it onto the new buses. So that's why some of the NH actually doesn't even have a processor, except the one actually right next to the driver. Literally from here, I think the whole path is the same as the 593. I don't think we have any differences. So we pass from Mandurah Forum, like most of the other routes does. And then we'll just go to Mandurah from there. I'll put back on my sunglasses. Oh, it's very blurry, but that's okay. Mostly it's actually seeing bush to see the other side, but there are people actually on, so that's why it's not. Fortunately, you can already see at the front, but that's okay. Considering not too many people will be boarding actually for this inbound trip, I think it should be pretty smooth. There's also that long section after crossing Dudley Park. Not really Dudley Park, but Dudley Park is actually down below the road that we're going to pass through. But that path has no stops on it, which is very, very awesome. I had to put back my water, but I want to drink some more. Nice. Refreshing. Actually talking about road limits, road speed restriction. Earlier I took the NH on the 574 along that, I don't know how to say that, Singleton, 2616 on the outside for probably a 594. That road, that original is actually 100 kilometers per hour for the 558 to run by around the shopping center area for Singleton and Lakelands before turning into Singleton suburb in Golden Bay. That little highway kind of thing. Originally it was 100 kilometers per hour. Then it reduced down to 70 recently, around like, I don't know how long ago, maybe a year ago. And then today, when I went there, when I took that path, there are roadworks causing the road to drop its speed limit to 40 kilometers per hour. And I told Mark, and then Mark just goes me, what the hell? That basically give me a skull face. That means dead, like rip. From 100 kilometers per hour, and it ended off me to be running on a 40 kilometer per hour road. Like what? Not even half of the speed. Jeez Louise. Holy crap. Actually, early on, if you actually saw that NH clip that filmed, the driver was actually trying to stop for me to actually get down to Bouvard. I was like, thank you for offering me that, but I'm not going back down there again and then walk again. Jesus. I might come back and walk again in the winter when they're not having any flies, but definitely not. Oh man, actually tomorrow I also need to go, probably gonna get murdered by flies again tomorrow because I'm going up to Midland and Baskerville. Considering it's so rural up there, for sure I'm gonna get murdered. And I need to stay up there for 2 hours too because of the bus not available. Because the thing is, actually, there's Styx Boulevard. We made it back to Hall Heads, and also Hall Heads at the front. We've made it to where the 591 actually goes. Erskine. I probably need to buy some flies repellents or something because it's ridiculous the amount of stuff. Got a lot of stuff. I would check them on the train. It's way too many things. Jesus. Alright, made it to Hall Heads. Hall Heads College is inside, which is one of the deviations I took earlier on. Yes, it is. It is definitely this road here. Yep. This light is also miserable, by the way. Apparently, Mark counted it earlier on for my deviating trip down to Bouvard. He counted on the app. It was stuck there for 4 minutes. I know because I don't have the thing. I'm just sitting there. But apparently, apparently that thing stopped it for 4 minutes at the light because we barely missed it. The light. It turns yellow and we stop. Oh man, more freaking people buying tickets. I do want to do a premiere today, but I will think about it if I have enough time. Because I need to sleep early to get up early tomorrow to go up to Baskerville. It's gonna be murderous too, by the way, in Baskerville. For the flies. I don't know how to deal with things, you know? Like, this is summertime, I can't wear heavy clothes for sure. So, luckily it's actually in the morning. Actually, hang on. Earlier today, I went to Baldivis. Any flies actually annoy me? Oh yeah, there are, isn't it? Yeah, there are. Yeah, there are some flies annoying me in Baldivis earlier on. And apparently Mark also said that during December and January down here in Mandurah, you are actually required to actually put on bug sprays if you want to survive, because there are the deadly mosquitoes that's going to come out during December and January. Even the Australian health department actually has a official statement on that one, how to actually prevent shits like that. Wow. Oh man, actually my other phone is only having 33% right now, which is actually terrible. It's a pretty fun day if I exclude all of the flies attack, then it's okay. But Jesus Christ. Okay, here we are crossing the bridge over to Dudley Park. And after is Mandurah Forum. Basically Mandurah Forum, we have a little bit of sections, but basically it's just Mandurah Forum after that. Mandurah Estuary Bridge, which I actually just walked the Estuary Road from Bouvard all the way back up to Dawesville East. And we also, this is basically, they actually call this section islands because look at this view, wow. There are a lot of random islands actually here, including actually a island over there which is completely not habitated, literally no houses, just a grass patch. So these are all the islands down here in Mandurah. If you look on the map, you can see actually a lot of different islands randomly spread with the river and the waters separating them. So, which is actually very cool. This is the whole path, no stops, all the way till Mandurah Catholic College. There's a deviation, which is actually for the second Bouvard trip. So I took the first one, which do 2 school deviations and an extension. The second trip to Bouvard, I will talk about all that actually in the end, so I'm not going to even talk anything about the Bouvard one anymore. So just stick till the end for the extension. Or if you just want to watch the extension, then just go and click the chapters at the bottom. I don't really care, but of course I do hope you actually watch everything. This is basically inside the suburb of Dudley Park. Yes, I just said it, Dudley Park. There he goes. Dudley Park, which is actually one of the stations on the Gawler line. There we go. I forgot which it is, but it's on the Gawler line. I think on Dudley Park. I think it's Islington and then Dudley Park. So that's fine. And then Dudley Park, Ovingham, and then North Adelaide. North Adelaide, ignore that station. And then Adelaide, so that's fine. I think that's how it is. I don't remember, because for that video that I filmed on the Gawler line, is actually skip Dudley Park, so that's fine. Yeah, I didn't stop at Dudley Park for that video that I filmed on the train channel. Not going back to Adelaide anytime soon. So even if I actually fly interstate in the future, probably next trip will be going to Sydney, because I want to take the metro. Now the map is very extended for Sydney, and I don't even know any of the train types over there. So I only know the metro types are actually the Metropolis trains by Alstom, I think. But that's basically it. Yeah, the screen is fine. It's just my eyes getting completely bamboozled by the 597. That's one of the worst routes here in Mandurah. 597, literally one of the worst, because it literally loops like everywhere, and then just goes to like, I don't know how, like less than 10 kilometers away from freaking Mandurah Station, and it literally takes like over 40 minutes. Oh, NH! What is that? I think it's 1170. Damn, I didn't see it. NH on the 593. I think it's 1170. I didn't see it, but I saw it. I didn't see it. I was trying to see it, but I didn't see it. Damn it. I think it's 1170 though. Wow, they're not joking with the amount of NH down here in Mandurah. Wow. Yeah, they're not joking with the amount of NH. But yeah, I guess so. Yeah, they're not joking. So, and we made it back up to Mandurah. Here's Mandurah Forum. Yep, here we are. This is where the routes that actually comes from, I don't know which direction, another bus, 3346 on the 591. That side is the buses that actually goes over to the foreshore. That side is for Pinjara. You know if that route's over that way? And we came from the bottom. So, that's basically the same path. Back to Mandurah now. All the routes should be binding from here, so let's just go to Mandurah now. Should be almost there. I don't know what's going on with the day today. There's so many default fares going on. I don't know. Or maybe just low balance, but whatever. Is it a time stop? Like literally very close to Mandurah Station. Okay, just kidding, no. 594 on the other side. Dawesville. 2655 Dawesville Cossack Way. What is that? What is that desto? Cossack Way. Now I know where is Cossack Way, which is basically where the terminus is. Where that loop is actually Cossack Way. But this is so dumb, that desto. Well, we're almost at Mandurah. This video is going to be a little bit longer than the other ones, but that's okay. Any more NH? Because it's actually rush hour, so they need to actually use more buses. I don't know where the other buses go, but they have to use NH. There's another, that's a future bus, 2239 on I don't know what service. I think on the 593, I think I saw Dawesville on it. .597 turns left, you see, wait, what the hell? Like seriously, why? 597 is the worst one to go back to Mandurah Station because it literally loops like way away first, then goes back. Just so dumb. Oh, there's a fly here. Damn it. Fuck you guys, man. Jesus. Don't give me any more flies. I'm done with them already. Jesus. These are the flies that actually attract to humans. There are other flies that actually attract to food and doesn't attract to humans. Which is so freaking stupid. Well, made it back up here and right turn, Mandurah Station. 584. Going to Lakelands here. 2657. And a B12 on the 588. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Why you need a B12 on that? What the hell? 3018. Why you need a B12 on that one? What the hell? Oh man, hang on. Murdered. But that guy splat blood, gosh. Damn, I cannot even wash my hands. I killed that fly and he splat blood on me. Jesus. Hang on. There we are, got it. There we go. Wash that off. Nice. I actually successfully used one hand to do that. Nice. And Mandurah Station. Made it. I want to say this is actually... Okay, again, he doesn't turn in here. Like, what? I really actually... Like, I just don't understand why sometimes drivers actually either take this way or they take this way. Like what's the difference? Really, I don't get it. This is actually technically for the routes that actually goes the other side, right? The other side to then down instead of actually for these guys. But like sometimes drivers like to do it here, and sometimes drivers like to go that way. So I don't really know what's the difference. But anyways, it's just a path, and there are no stops on it. So whatever. Made it to Mandurah. Getting off time. (594) Mandurah Station by Old Coast Road 2656. There that goes. And that's the normal trip from the normal southernmost terminus. Normal southernmost terminus back up here. And now we'll take a look at the real southernmost stop. Alright, back in Mandurah. You guys should have finished watching the normal inbound through journey. Now it's time for the extension to Bouvard. Actually, I've done the extension to Bouvard first before the normal trip, of course, because then I just walk back up and come back. But that's basically what happened there for that full journey that you just watched. I literally went down with this trip, with the Bouvard trip, and then walked back up to film that full journey. So that's fine. Here we are at the 594. 593 and 594. 593 does have a trip that comes from Bouvard, but no trips that goes to Bouvard for 593. So that's why 593 is not allowed, not really included for the outbound towards Bouvard, but 594 is extension to Bouvard. Yes, 594 extensions to Bouvard, which is actually school days only for this one. So that's why we need to do flies again, of course. Literally murderous. Okay, so we have 3 trips on weekdays, on school days, to go down to Bouvard extension. That's the southernmost point for now. And then if with the trans-regional Wannanup service, if it's for real using Transperth buses, then it's actually the southernmost point for the Wannanup, because Wannanup is way far down compared with Bouvard. So that's right. But for now, currently, Bouvard is the southernmost point that Transperth will serve, with 3 services outbound in the afternoon on school days to get people back, including 224, 259, and 304. Enough 304. 338. Okay, so the 224 and 259, they're both school deviations, with the one that we're going to take today is A, 224, because that's the first trip. It's going to be a little earlier, then I can come back earlier. Horsehead College, Dawesville Primary Schools, the 2 college, and then extends to Bouvard. 3 deviations in that one trip. And C is also 3 deviations, which is Mandurah Catholic College, a different school. I'm really stupid, because 3 schools with 2 different trips serving it. And then there's a random non-school deviation right there with the school deviation trip, which is Pleasant Grove Reserve, which actually doesn't actually have any other trips going in there except this one, and also goes to Bouvard. And we have the G, which is the last service, which is just Bouvard. Normal trip all the way to Dawesville East and then continuous way to Bouvard. So we'll take the first trip that goes down to Bouvard. I was just going to film the extension part from the Dawesville East terminus down to Bouvard. No talking. And after that, I was just going to walk all the way back up, probably around 45 to 50 minutes, go back to the Dawesville East terminus. Nice! Considering it's a school service, that's why they're putting in an Arctic for the Bouvard service. 3091 on the 594 extension to Bouvard. Let's go ahead and do it. That would be so weird, because there would be basically a 20 something meter bus parked on the side of the road at Bouvard. 3091 on the service. Let's get ready.
by the old motorway today, Driveway Avenue and into the Transperth Avenue. Thank you. And once again, for everyone doing just out of Fairmont this afternoon, we're 549. From South Street to the left onto Ray Road, at the roundabout, and the right on down to Road Way. been told by a passenger that some girl had been mobbed. I couldn't see that actually myself. Yeah, nothing. Somebody's been attacked or something like that as they on a train station. There's a crowd gathered around the front, the entrance to the train station. And yeah, somebody told me, all I can do is give them a thank them. I'll get their number.
(594) 3091 departing the southernmost terminus here at Bouvard. That's actually very awkward at the end. That's the southernmost stop right there. This is the second most, but that's the outbound terminus. This is the inbound starting point. 26079 at zone 9 here. This is the furthest way down. Now, unfortunately, there are no buses to bring me back, so I have to hike 45 to 50 minutes back up to Dawesville, where the loop was earlier on. You saw in the clip. That last part is so awkward because literally the first stop of Bouvard that actually turns in is just at the front somewhere, and then the driver actually stared at me one look after the last person got off at the second last stop, and then he looked at me and he was like, "What the hell am I doing?" Something like that. Of course, he didn't care about actually I'm filming, but actually I don't think he'd even know that I'm actually filming. But anyways, that's the extension. Very, very fun. Now it's not fun for me to walk back up with the flies probably, but there was already one fly literally right next to me right now, so that's why. Well, this is Bouvard. And the southernmost point that Transperth serves. So that means I've been to all of the suburbs actually for the extremities. I technically not the most northernmost stop, because the northernmost stop is actually at a school past Two Rocks. But I've been to Two Rocks. Two Rocks is actually both the westernmost and also the northernmost point. And also Wannanup, we have been there last time. And now we've been to the southernmost point. So that's why. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace!